Welcome back to MLB Tonight. Stephen Nelson with Carlos Pena and Bill Ripken. And now we're looking at Joc Pederson highlights. Why? Because he signed a one-year, $7 million contract with the Chicago Cubs. So the longtime Dodger, who turns 29 this April, figures to be the replacement for Kyle Schwarber there in the north side outfield. Carlos Pena, you're a former Cub. What do you think of this signing?
You know, I think it's a good signing for the Cubs. Now that Schwarber's no longer there, Pederson comes over at a better price. I think they're getting maybe more of a complete athlete. He's going to be slightly better in the corners, left field and right field, even though right field is a lock for the Cubs with Hayward there. And he brings a very powerful bat to that lineup. I'm curious to see, Rip, if he's going to be allowed to face lefties with the Cubs. I hope he does. We were talking about those great minor league numbers that he had against lefties.
Yeah, and look, here's the thing, because I wonder in today's game, do we get too fancy with some of the numbers? And I know I'm going to go back a few years, but when Joc was playing in AAA, 2014, he's the PCL MVP. And look at these numbers right here, because he was allowed to face left-handers. So you look at the 2014 numbers on the left with the AAA. 199 plate appearances. He had 299 against lefties. AAA lefties, he had 299 with 14 bombs. So he goes to the big leagues the next year. He gets 129 plate appearances. He hits only 216, I understand that. But he did hit 6 bombs in the big league season against left-handers. And here's the kicker for me. He hit 216 on the year in 2015. He hit 209 against right-handers. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't scrap him right there. So when you go back to 2015 and you look at his swing, there's a young man when he comes up to the big leagues. You give him an opportunity to play. He was a 30-30 dude in the PCL. And you could say the PCL all you want. I get it. You still got to run into 30 balls to hit him out of the ballpark. I don't care if the ball flies. You steal 30 bags. You're the MVP in the PCL. I think you actually deserve more of a chance to face left-hand pitchers. I'm going to show you one more board here to have a little bit of interest going on here. Sean Casey in his first 6 seasons.
Hey, now.
We all know Sean Casey could hit.
Yep.
Look at that 255 average. And then his final 6 seasons, he hit 320.
Boom!
Off of lefties.
Nice.
And then look at that nugget down at the bottom. Second highest among left-hand batters from 2003 to 2008 behind Ichiro Suzuki with the minimum of 500 plate appearances. And my point is a simple one. Casey did not tear it up his first 6 seasons hitting 255 off of lefties. But I know from spending time with Casey up here, doing a lot of drills with him in 42, that he sits there and says, when I face a left-hander, even if I was struggling, they could get me right the next time I faced a right-hander, because I had to really concentrate on keeping my front shoulder in.
Yep.
I had to concentrate on keeping my front shoulder in. So the idea of being able to face left-handed hitters or pitchers and being able to hit them is you got to face them. And I understand that Joc Pederson hasn't had the success over the past few years, but Los, he had 10 plate appearances.
10.
Yes.
10 last year. And I think the year before that was 50. And the year before that was like 75. So the numbers have dwindled. Of course he's not going to hit. This dude's got the ability to go bridge, correct?
Absolutely.
I want to see him get the opportunity to go into Chicago to play every day.
And guys, we've been talking about this, Rip, a couple days ago, that why are we thinking that he's a finished product? Why can't he develop that skill, per se, if indeed he is weaker, right? Because we've seen the numbers. Okay, let's work on the approach.
Yeah.
And maybe that helps.
Yeah, and I think it's because of what Rip said. I think everyone is so anxious to find the box to put people in to put them in a position to succeed and put teams in position to win. But the point you guys are trying to make, that even though he's about to turn 29, even though the splits say 849 against righties and OPS, 576 against lefties, your development as a player isn't done.
No, you're still growing, still learning.